he would step across the line. Habitually. He's a habitual line stepper.
Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. Whoa, whoa.
Let's go, baby. You ready?
You the mountaintop, buddy?
Hey.
Well, welcome to the Habitual Line Steppers podcast, y'all. I am Garrett Charles Langley Henson.
And I am Terry Ricardo DeShazo, the second.
The Deuce. We have a great show for y'all today. Thank you very much for joining us. We're going to jump right into it. The most important piece of news. As you can see, it weighs heavy against Terry's heart that USA press. For the third cycle in a row, The United States will not be going to the Olympics for soccer.
Yeah.
Terry, what happened?
Oh, what happened is a very broad question, my friend. Basically, I mean, we're no longer good, throughout the board, I would like to say. The team is trash, and there's one man to blame.
And that's the habitual line stepper of the week.
Let's go.
This week, our line step of the week is fucking David or David. I'm not sure which he prefers.
I think David.
David Ochoa? Are we sure it's David? Can we get David or David on the phone? Until then, we'll just call him as Mr. Soccer himself.
David
Ochoa put on the worst performance by a goalie that I've seen since Karius in the Champions League for Liverpool.
Feet-wise, the feet. He's good with his hands.
Hands-wise, too. The first goal, that first goal was his fault, too.
I mean, yeah, but it's
man, no. No excuses for this line stepper. That first goal, this dude plays a 60-yard long ball into the fucking 6-yard, in between the 6-yard box and the PK spot.
I saw it. It's beautiful.
It flew in the air for 8 seconds before it arrived in the 8.
It was beautiful.
I'm not sure if David Ochoa is aware of this, but he is 6'3" and is the only player who's allowed to use his hands and arms. So it probably would have been prudent to go catch that lofted through ball instead of waiting, hoping back post and no one's going to hit it in like he did.
Nah, son. He wasn't going to catch that shit. That ball was too fucking nice. That was a nice-ass ball. I'm not about to say that fucking ball was nice.
I don't know where from midfield.
You thought that he could get that shit? There's no way he could get it. It wasn't like it was loft and crazy. That shit was more line driven than you thought it was. It was a nice ass ball. But he did save the initial shot.
He should have caught the cross.
Son, you got expectations are crazy.
No, it's not crazy. You can
see
no. Wait a minute.
I've never even heard of this man in my whole entire life.
This dude
the only Ochoa that I know is the Guillermo Mexican Ochoa, whatever the fuck his first name is.
We got the wrong Ochoa. It's as simple as that.
I mean, straight up. But the fact, I'm not going to blame him for not catching it. I ain't going to blame him for the first goal. I'm
going to blame him for the first goal, and this is why. Before that guy played that long ball that went all the way almost to the 6-yard box, he backed up to give himself momentum to play that ball. He gave himself a running start. It was so apparent and obvious that he was going to put this ball into the box. Everyone could see it coming a mile away. You should have been on your toes at the edge of the 6-yard box. He could have easily claimed that. But that's not the big error of the night.
Yeah, that's
big error of the night. Why don't you tell us what David, the wrong Ochoa did after that? An error so unfathomable that it would make Iko Para blush.
Yeah. So, shout out to that fuckboy. He fucked us. That was years ago. So, I'm going to name every Honduran as, let's pick a name on here. Jose Reyes. So, Jose Reyes passes back. No, I'm just fucking with you. The American teammate passes back.
Use their little pet Honduran names. He passes it to Pee-wee, who sends it over to Paco.
Nah, but basically what happened was it's some simple ass shit. We passed it back to David Ochoa, our goalie. And he just straight fluffed it. He stopped. First of all, he trapped it. He dead ball trapped it. That's when I knew he was in trouble. You never just stop the ball and just kill it. He stops it. The fucking Honduran attacker is coming right at him. The striker's going straight at him. David tries to hit him with a little stutter. He literally passes it right to his fucking foot. It hits off his foot and then goes into the fucking goal. And I'm just sitting here like, are you fucking shitting me? It's like we were looking good too in those first couple minutes. And that motherfucker just gave it away. All the momentum, dude. That was it. I mean, we scored a goal after that, but that was demoralizing as fuck, man.
Do you think he's a secret agent? Do you think that he's actually Honduran and he's been a sleeper cell in the U.S. all this time just to try and get us kicked out of the Olympics?
I think he's Mexican. And I don't trust these Mexican-American players.
I tell you what, there may be some collusion, bro. I don't know if you noticed, but after he fucked up, there was two players consoling him, and neither one of them were wearing the fucking red and white stripes. The red, white.
Who was it?
It was two Hondurans. He was sitting on the ground crying, and there was two Hondurans fucking patting him on the back and messing with his hair.
Like right after the goal?
No, after the game.
Oh, no. I mean, I saw some Americans consoling him after the game. But it's no excuse, my man, David. You the GOAT, bro. You're the fucking scapegoat of this situation, and there's no getting away around it. You fucked up. It's all like it's not all good. It's not. If I ever, I'm gonna follow him.
Why do we have to have like calamitous individual errors every single World Cup qualifying cycle? Why does this keep having to happen?
Because we're not.
He doesn't remember the Ochoa joint. He tried to pass it back to the goalie for no reason with a defender in the way.
I remember. I mean,
this is 9 years in a row, or no, excuse me, this is 13 years in a row.
Yeah, it's three cycles, right?
Plus an extra year for Corona.
Yeah.
This is embarrassing as fuck, bro. Honduras has less people than New York City.
This is the fourth year or fourth cycle that Honduras has made it in a row, which is fucking crazy. Like, this is absolutely insane. But it's a deeper inline problem with just maybe this situation in which these guys that were on the fucking field, I didn't know any of them. I think I saw one dude play in like one game.
You know a couple. The dude
like a month ago.
Gold, Jackson Ewell, you know him.
Yeah, but like if I'm scrolling, if I'm watching a game for Olympic qualification for America to be in the Olympics to like, you know, broaden the horizons of America's futures, I need to see people that I fucking know. I don't need to see like it's a U23 thing, so it's only young players are supposed to play. But we have dudes that are really fucking good under 23. And I don't need to see them play against fucking Northern Ireland in a friendly game that doesn't mean shit at all. Like the fact that they didn't allow – this wasn't a B team. This wasn't even a fucking C team. This shit was like D team. This is like USL players playing in this fucking game.
No,
it's like semi-pro.
No, it wasn't. It was
MLS
players. They had some foreign players in there as well. There were no semi-pro players that were playing in this game for U.S. They were all professional players in the MLS or Europe, bro.
They're trash.
Don't do that. Don't make these excuses in for these guys saying
they're trash.
I tell you what, is the MLS better than the Honduran league?
No. Doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like it if Honduras made it 4 cycles straight, and we missed 3 in a row.
That's my point, Terry. I don't want to hear all these excuses about we didn't send our best players. Honduras is a tiny-ass, poor-ass fucking country whose domestic league sucks dick.
Bro.
Like, we got no excuses. They made it 4 times in a row.
They get – look. If you send out a bunch of scrubs, the scrubs aren't going to care as much as, like, guys that are better. Like, these guys, they didn't play with any heart. They didn't give a fuck. They played with no heart, bro. It was like 2 guys that seemed like they cared. The captain who scored the goal, and that's about it. I can't – like – the winger, Mihilovic, that's it. Everybody else played kind of garbage. They weren't going in hard at tackles. No arguments for calls, nothing, bro. It was just like a fucking watching a friendly game.
I hope that this means that Jason Kreese gets fucking fired, who is the coach of that joint, who's been a failed coach at every stop. He's never been successful. It was just like he's been in the MLS for fucking forever. So it's like he's friends with the whole good old boys club, and they let him stay on to coach the Olympic team after Bearholter took over for the senior team.
Mm-hmm.
Bearholter doesn't even like this motherfucker, and they don't even communicate. There's no like philosophy that like in the youth, and then like it progresses to our senior team. There's no like shared vision. There's like no connection, nothing. So he's like, personally, I don't give a fuck about you. Why would I help you by calling up some older players so that you can have some better players for this Olympics? He's like, I think he's kind of a dick and he doesn't know anything. So why the fuck would I help you?
Dude, that's a problem in its own too. Like this shit's it's really
an organizational thing. Sunil Gulati, the president or the former president of the U.S. Soccer, he's the real one who's responsible for all this.
For the infrastructure being so bad.
Yeah.
And for like basically most of them are MLS players, the guys that run the team. But a lot of the MLS teams weren't allowing like their top players to play in this shit. Which I don't even understand because we just looked it up and the MLS isn't even playing until April.
Right.
So I understand you don't want them to play, before your season starts.
Who was it that was not allowed to go? Because I didn't see that with anybody.
I don't
I know the European clubs did some blocking. Like I know
but there are guys that are better. Oh yeah, that kid. But I don't think there was any European players.
There was. Look up the roster, bro. You said you had it.
I mean, any of these motherfuckers come to mind?
They're not playing in the Premier League, but they're playing like the fucking Danish Super League or something like that.
The captain of the team plays for San Jose Earthquake.
Yeah, he scored.
I mean, but he's the captain? What about – are these kids from Europe just pussies? Like, what are we doing here?
Hey, I don't know one team in the fucking Honduran league, Terry. We're talking shit about the San Jose Raptors. I don't even know 2 cities in Honduras.
All right, look, I'll go – yeah, you're right. I don't know one city. You know the capital?
Caracas? No, that's Venezuela.
That's close, though. All right, look, I'll go left wing, Jonathan Lewis. Colorado fucking Rapids.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't play. That's MLS. Ferreira, he's a striker. FC Dallas.
Nasty.
MLS. Yeah. Halilovic. Montreal. Your fucking captain plays for San Jose. Your center mid. He plays for the Orlando City, whoever the fucks. Dotson, your other midfielder. MLS, Minnesota United. Mm-hmm. Your left back, Vines, Colorado Rapids. Center back, Kessler, plays for the MLS. New England Revolution, the other center back, he plays in the MLS. The right back, he plays in the MLS. No European players. David Ochoa.
On the bench? I thought they had some on the bench. No?
It doesn't matter. The whole fucking starting lineup was a bunch of dudes from the MLS. And they're 24 and 23. We didn't get any stars. We got fucking college graduates that played 4 fucking years probably, and they are playing in the fucking most important game of our lives trying to go to the Olympics. After failing twice, you can't have this fucking calamity of errors and have these players on the field. Like, that makes no sense.
Well, that happens. That's what happens when you have no collaboration between the 2 coaches.
Oh, no, of course.
You know what I mean? Like, why would I help you out if I don't like you? And I want you to get fired anyway.
Why hire someone you don't like? And then David Ochoa plays for Real Salt Lake. Who cares whoever's on the bench?
Not for much longer, motherfucker. Shit like that.
I mean, yeah, like all of these dudes I don't even think they start. I can't even say that I know who they are, and I'm pretty sure they probably don't even get a lot of playing time for their teams. Honestly.
I know Sebastian Soto, who didn't start for some reason, but started for a fucking national team a month ago. The actual team. He's a decent player. They had like a couple dudes, man, but when you're not like having access to even like the dudes that we were talking about, the Conrad de la Fuentes, they're like playing for Barcelona's B team. The dude who plays for Wolves, who doesn't play that often. The motherfucking Joaquini or whatever, who plays in the Denmark league. Like, we didn't really need to keep Joaquini and Daryl DK and fucking all these other dudes on the roster. We could have let one of them went down to the Olympic joint, knowing that it's an important ass game. But
I think
kind of like a fuck you to the MLS by Greg Berhalter and the U.S. the senior national team. It's like we don't want fucking 4-year college players that play in the MLS. No. We want you to challenge yourself at an early age and make the leap to Europe, just like the kid. What is it? On Roma, the right back, whatever.
Yeah, I don't know his name.
Just went up there from FC Dallas. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They don't like that attitude of the old American players, where it's like you don't want to be like Landon Donovan and go to Europe when you're not ready and ruin your career.
Yeah.
Afraid of going to Europe too early, like Freddie Adu, or you know what I mean? He's like, we're at the point now where the U.S. needs to be like expecting to win these games, and we need to be showing up with the attitude that we're gonna win. And you don't fucking get that by playing in the MLS until you're 26.
Yeah, no, that'll never happen. Plus, the one thing I'll say, like, if I'm a player on that field, I already know that there's probably 25 dudes at my age that are better than me, and I don't see a single one of them on the field. So it's like, why would they even give a fuck? It's like, it seems like if my federation didn't give a fuck by giving me the best players around me, why would I even care? That's what it looked like. They looked like they didn't give a shit. You cannot put this fucking jersey on and not care. Like, that shit, it just showed me that our whole infrastructure is fucked. And we didn't care about making the Olympics, and you did make the Olympics. Just like in USA basketball, between those years, when we were fucking getting bronze medals and shit, we didn't send out the best. You're not going to win. If you don't send the best out, you're not going to fucking win. That's what Honduras just showed you. If you put out some shitty motherfuckers, we're going to kick your fucking ass. Straight up.
But it shouldn't even be that. Like, our third or fourth team should be good enough to beat Honduras' Olympic team, bro. With
all the thing, though. That's the American arrogance.
And all the money that we done put into this, with the gigantic population and pool of soccer players that we have, fucking Honduras like the size of North Carolina, bro.
Hey, look, I get it, but it doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. You can't take the shit for granted. We're going at it with the arrogance that we're the best at everything in the world, pretty much. But we're not the best at this. You can't send out people that aren't the best in the field and expect them to win. I was doing that back in the past. I'm not doing that anymore. You can't send out people that aren't the best. You're gonna fucking lose.
What happened to that over 28 or the under 28 joint where you could have 3 select players?
For the qualification, I don't know what's going on with that. I don't really know that.
One of those motherfuckers need to be Zach Steffen.
Yeah. It's so weird, bro, because like Giovanni Reyna, I know he's like 19, but at the end of the day, like all the dudes in Europe, their teams just did not let them come back. You know? They let them play in a fucking friendly game versus Northern Ireland, but no, can't play in an Olympic qualifying game. How dare
So now that we've talked about the depressing part that actually counted, let's talk about the fun part that didn't count. The friendly game against Northern Ireland that all of our good players did play in. This is you said you didn't watch the game.
I didn't watch that shit, no.
Probably the best performance I've seen by Pulisic in a USA shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a beast. He's a fucking beast.
He looked really comfortable. He was gliding between lines, playing some like delicious fucking through balls, like perfectly weighted. Daryl DK looks like Josie Altidore 2.0. He came on for 15 minutes and missed 4 glorious chances.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looked fucking awful. It was unbelievable how bad he looked. But I mean, Pulisic looked. That was with Dest on the left playing left back for them, and Pulisic playing left wing. That overlap, cutting in like duo is starting to pick up a lot of synergy. That's going to be, that's going to be a really nice attacking outlet for us.
Definitely on a brighter note, like the guys that are actually on the national team, like the real team, they look good. They look really good. And I'm excited for that.
Unbeaten in the last 9 matches.
Yeah. I mean, we haven't really played anybody, but I'll take it. Northern Ireland is trash. And then we just beat Jamaica, and they're not that much.
But this is the thing. We were doing things that, like, we don't do. Like, even though they're trash, we're, like, possessing the ball, putting 35 pass moves together and stuff.
That is.
Like, we looked like a comfortable team in possession against a shittier team. And there's a lot of times where we play these Northern Islands where we don't look like that.
Yeah. Nah, I got you.
We play like shit the whole game and score 2 goals off a corner kick and a deflection. And then we're like, yeah. It felt different. Like the way that they controlled the game and the opportunities that they were producing.
Yeah.
It felt different, like a dominant team.
Well, I mean, like the scores to the games in which they won, like most of these games or whatever the fuck, they're definitely scores you want to see. You know what I'm saying? Like beating Jamaica 4-1 easily. Beating fucking African teams I've never heard of, like real easy. Beating Trinidad by 6 goals. Like that's the shit you want to see. That's the shit we're used to seeing is like America whipping all these small countries' ass. And then, we go up against like some of your.
But low key, we haven't really seen that since like 2002.
Oh, it's been a minute. Yeah.
It's been like since the fucking Landon Donovan, DeMarcus Beasley, Eddie Pope days. Since we've been smacking up on these. You know what I mean? Then we really went through like a bad period where it's like after Landon Donovan to right now, like that generation gap between Landon Donovan and these kids.
It was bad.
Really bad.
Yeah. I mean, shit. It's bad when Josie Altidore has almost 100 caps.
Dude, it's bad when like the leading capper from that era is like Nick Discarude.
That's not true, right?
Yeah, it is.
Isn't it like Clint Dempsey or some shit?
No, I'm talking about people who made their debut between Landon McDonovan's retirement and right now.
Between when did he retire? Like 2000?
He didn't get taken to the 2014 World Cup.
2014? Oh, yeah. So I guess, from that time. That's
the last 8 years. All the people who, it's been rough.
Yeah, it's been pretty bad.
It's been rough.
A lot of those motherfuckers, they suck.
We're finally on this generation, man, that
hopefully
it's very exciting, man. It's like very exciting.
It's different because it's not just like we have like these attacking guys that are good. It's starting to be like defensive midfielders that also have talent, like outside backs that are really fucking good, and like some center backs that are decent. And we have a really good goalie again. Dude,
I'm loving our midfield tree of Tyler Adams, Yunus Musa, and Weston McKennie. I'm loving that midfield three.
Yeah, dude.
That could be a great midfield pairing for a decade.
Oh yeah, they're about to be fucking good. Where does Yunus Mensah play again? Is it Valencia? Valencia, right?
Yeah.
I mean, your trio has a dude not starting, but he plays at Valencia. Then Juventus is where McKennie.
He starts Valencia like half the games too. He's
not
like a barely playing type of dude. Like he starts a fair amount.
And you know what I like though? They're versatile as fuck. They're good on the ball. They're good off the ball. They're smart and they're athletic, bro.
Yeah, they're all athletic and they all are like calm on the ball. Mm-hmm. They don't get like flustered. They're good against the press. And like you said, they all can play multiple positions. Tyler Adams plays fucking right back for Leipzig. Like Weston McKennie plays further up the pitch for Juventus. Yeah. And Yunus Musa plays right or left wing for Valencia. He doesn't even play center mid, but he plays center mid for the U.S.
Yeah. He's a beast, man. I mean, I'm excited for the future.
And Sargent, I know you didn't watch the game. Josh Sargent, he looked good.
He looked pretty good?
He looked really good.
That's the only missing key for America is the forward, man.
Up top, he looked really good. His movement off the ball was tremendous. Open up space for other people. And he also had a nice assist where he like made this diagonal run across the box or whatever, and then got it like out past the corner of the 6-yard box. And then he acted like he was about to fucking turn up towards the top of the PK spot. Did a little double step over and went baseline and played a ball on the ground across the goal that I think somebody tapped in. I was like, that's not a play I've seen our forwards even attempt to make in like a game.
You know what I mean? These guys got talent, man. these dudes, they have some serious fucking talent, man. I'm excited.
Right. And that's without Timothy Weah playing.
Yeah. Shit, Tim Weah.
Guys.
Tim Weah's dumbass should have been down in Guadalajara, Mexico with those fucking Americans down there.
Oh my God! You don't think they could have used him?
Definitely. It was weird because I saw him in the last cycle, like doing the qualifying and shit.
Yeah.
Oh, whatever.
He could have at least put some calls into his dad. You know what I'm saying? He's the president of Liberia. You know what I'm saying? Like,
hey, look,
diplomatic shit together, and let's get VAR to overturn one of these.
Hey, they weren't using VAR in the qualifying matches.
But, I know. I saw Ronaldo lose his mind.
It's whatever. It's whatever. But hey, look, we got the Gold Cup coming up. Some more games coming up for that, and there's some more World Cup qualifying games coming up. So there's a lot of things to look forward to.
It's about to get real.
Yeah.
It's about to get real. Fortunately, I think we have a lot to look forward to with this team, this national team. Unfortunately, we won't be seeing any of that in the Olympics.
No, it's okay. We won't ever see those players play for America again. No big deal. Maybe 2. So don't be on the lookout, but be on the lookout for 2.
Right. Hopefully it doesn't include the wrong Ochoa.
Jesus Christ. If I ever see that Ochoa again, I'm going to hate watch him for the rest of my life. For the rest of the foreseeable future, the name Ochoa I already hated, and I hate it even more now.
Is it true that he has toes on his hands?
Which Ochoa?
the fucking sleeper cell. That's
Yeah, I don't know. It seems like it. It seems like it. All right, man.
He just been lying in wait, bro. Just waiting to sabotage us. Just waiting to sabotage us. And he did it.
That's fucking, I mean, that's Guillermo's brother. That's got to be. His little brother.
You think he's doing, like, lesser-known insurance company commercials? Like El General or something like that in Honduras?
Wait till the Gerald say about that. Who knows? Dude, it's I don't know. That guy, that shit was ridiculous. Hey, look, when we put the clip up, we're gonna put the clip up on the website of you describing that play, the first goal, the Honduras goal. I need you to put that clip up, and I want the fans to say if he should have got that shit or not.
All right,
that's all I want to see. Because I thought that ball, when I saw that shit going, I was like, oh, that's a motherfucker. Because he wasn't coming out. I was like, that's gonna cause a problem right there.
As soon as I saw him backing up, I was like, all right, you know what his dumb ass is doing.
Yeah, but that fucking Honduran, hey, that little Honduran fucker spanked that shit though. He hit that fucking ball.
That was a little Wayne Rooney ball in the MLS after
I'm telling you though, you're faking on the ball. The Wayne Rooney shit was a lob. That fucking Honduran ball was like a little spank liner, bro. Like it was one of those ones.
But he still backed up 10 yards before he hit it.
I know. But I'm just saying, like, it was one of those ones where like it came kind of. It was like too fast where the keeper.
I know exactly what it is. It's one of those fucking Cristo balls that he used to play in fucking high school.
The ones back in the day, it's like you hit it hard enough. If the goalie doesn't come, it's like, oh shit, all right, fuck, I got back up.
Right. It's like play a long ball with no spin on it.
Yeah. Hey, that's a smack, son. He smacked it. I ain't gonna fake on that little Honduran.
It wasn't a lofter, but I think the goalie should have still got it. I think he still got it. You guys do better sometimes.
Yeah, I know. As long as you say
resting on your laurels, letting things happen around you. All right?
Yeah.
And that's not what the Chicago Bulls did this trade season either, Terry.
No, sir.
Like that transition, motherfucker?
I knew you were waiting for a transition.
The Bulls are not content standing pat.
Let's go.
They said we need to bring in 2 European white guys, and they did it. 2 7-footers. They got Vucevic and Daniel Tice.
Yep.
This improves their team by leaps and bounds.
Oh yeah, definitely.
The Levine Vucevic like 2-man game is going to be disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to open the floor up so much more for Levine. And for your boy who went to UNC, Kobe White.
Kobe.
As Wendell Carter has been an absolute fucking trash fire of nothing during his NBA career. even last season, it looked like last year it looked like he forgot how to play basketball. Like when Jim Boylan was coaching, this dude would get the ball in the paint and not even look at the rim. He'd get the ball in the paint and be immediately looking to kick out a 3-point shooter.
Yeah. I don't know what happened to Wendell, but
Jim Boylan happened to him. He started making him clock in like with punch slips. Like it's fucking Freddie Flintstone sliding down the back of a brontosaurus tail, before he goes to work. It's ridiculous.
A little lunch pail.
Yeah.
Hey man, whatever, dude. It's not like I really cared about Wendell. He's gone, and now the Bulls got an all-star. They got another all-star. You got 2 all-stars on your team now. No excuses for you motherfuckers. And Daniel Tice is pretty good for a backup center. He's pretty good. He was playing.
He was starting in Boston.
Yeah, no, he was playing too much. He's not a starter. He's a starter for a decent team, but not for a team that's trying to like make the playoffs and shit.
Like you said, man, he's like a bottom third starter, top third backup.
Yeah. No, he's a good backup. He's gonna be a great backup to have. Like Daniel Tice coming off your bench, that's good. But Vucevic and Levine, that's gonna be a nice, scary tandem to have in the East. You know what I'm saying? Like
I do.
That pick and roll game is about to be disgusting. I'm really interested to see Zach LaVine play with someone. Like the pick and roll is gonna be nasty, but like Vucevic isn't like super selfish either. You know what I'm saying?
He's a willing passer.
Yeah, so even if he does get in the post, he kicks it out for the double teams, and it's gonna Zach LaVine. You think he's scoring now? He's gonna score a lot.
Oh yeah, space in the floor from 3. Another dude who this is likely to have a good impact on is Patrick Williams, their rookie, who's looked the part early. He kind of like reminds me a little bit of a younger DeAndre Hunter in the game a little bit. But
damn, DeAndre Hunter is still young.
Yeah, but he's not that young. He's like 22. Patrick Williams is 18 and a half.
I'm 22. He reminds me of a younger 22-year-old. Like, how young do you have to be? Is the NBA that young?
This is like Jets turned 19.
But DeAndre Hunter's 22 years old. I just think it's funny to say. It's like, he reminds me of a younger DeAndre Hunter. I'm like, isn't he? He can drink for 1 year. Now he's old.
3 years younger than him.
He's 22 years old. Like, what the fuck? I hear what you're saying. It was just kind of funny to hear that.
I know. I feel you. It was just because DeAndre's he's an older rookie, and Pat Williams, he played 4 years at UVA and shit. Pat Williams played 1 year in college. But what I was saying is that, he's a dude that when the floor is spaced and there's, more competent players around him, he's going to look better.
Yeah, definitely.
And for Orlando, they get to continue their collection of misfit toys, picking up dudes that were, drafted highly that nobody fucking wants. And Markelle Fultz, fucking Mo Bamba.
Yeah. Hey, look, no more excuses for Mo Bamba, bro. Your big ass is about to be on that court, and we're going to see if you're good or not, man. It's over for all this dumb shit. It's over for the – I couldn't play because Vucevic is an all-star, I had to play the better player. That shit's done.
You don't think they're going to play Kem Birch now, 36 minutes a game?
Hell nah. We get to see fucking Mo Bamba to see if he can move or is he a fucking stiff?
Right?
Is he going to be Hakeem to beat?
We got Wendell Carter, Mo Bamba, Cole Anthony, Markelle Fultz.
Yep.
And wait a minute, and RJ Hampton. Did you cut out, or do you just not know who RJ Hampton is?
Oh yeah, they did get his young ass, and they. Wait, damn boy, you disappeared. Your shit.
You did too. That's what I said.
Both froze.
Yeah, I said, did you cut out, or do you just not know who RJ Hampton is? Because
I know.
For 5 seconds.
I know RJ Hampton. No, I was saying you got those 4 dudes, then you got Amber Rose's ex-boyfriend Terrence Ross.
Oh yeah. Do you see what he tweeted?
Yo, he had a bunch of tweets.
He put the Captain Phillips joint up when he said, "I am the captain now."
Yeah, that shit's fucking hilarious. He killed it. That was some funny ass shit. But Orlando, congratulations, you'll now have the #1 pick for the next 7 years. So
no, it's gonna be the Thunder.
Oh yeah, true. Well, hey, look, I don't know exactly what the Thunder are doing right now, but they need to start losing.
That's why they just shut down Al Horford for the rest of the year.
They need to trade Al Horford. Are they just going to keep it because
they tried to trade him? Nobody wanted him.
That contract, his contract is crazy.
He's gonna get. Well, they were trying to buy him out, but Al Horford's like, nah, I'm just gonna get paid all this money and not play basketball. But fuck, I'm gonna get bought out.
Yeah, he's like, I'm gonna just rest up.
Yeah, I'll get ready for next year.
Yeah. The funny thing is, like, I cannot believe that he looked kind of good at all this year. I thought he was completely washed. Like, I thought he was done. But he was like, because last year when he was playing with Philly, he looked shitty with fucking Joel Embiid and them. So he goes to OKC. I was like, oh, he's done.
Al Horford hasn't played power forward since Josh Smith was on the Hawks. I don't know why they decided to put him at power forward in his twilight years, but that was their decision.
Philly getting Al Horford was just them saying like, oh, we're really going for it this year, guys, just because he was good with Boston. You can't just get someone good and expect them to fit. You have to make sure you scout there and make sure he fits with your team and your scheme. You can't just get someone. Like, you already have Joel Embiid. Oh, let me get Nikola Jokic. That'll really work. 2 centers. We'll twin tower this shit the fuck up.
Yeah.
It's not going to work.
This is what Elton Brand did. He fucking bought a lottery ticket, a scratch off, and he won. And then he had fucking all this money sitting in his pocket that he didn't know what to do with. And he was like, oh, Tobias Harris, Jimmy Butler, Al Horford. Anybody will come. Like, it's just ridiculous. Wasting all their fucking assets.
Yeah. He was the wrong dude.
Let's talk some Sixers, man. They didn't get Kyle Lowry. That's a headline. Kyle Lowry stayed with the Raptors. After a lot of speculation that he's going to go to the Sixers, they refused to include Tybal in the deal, which apparently was the sticking point.
No, that's smart, though. You definitely shouldn't have done that. He's good. He's really good.
I agree. But they did get George Hill.
That is actually a decent pickup because I feel like they needed a more solid point guard than that of like Shake Wilton and the ghost of who the fuck else is dribbling the ball for them? I can't even remember.
They got Seth Curry.
But he's not really a point though. And then they're not really.
And they got their rookie too.
Oh fuck, that's right. What's that guy's name?
I forget. He's good. I always think about it quickly, but it's not quickly.
Yeah, he went to Kentucky though, right?
Yeah, they have similar games. I forget his name.
He's good, but he's not as good as like quickly. He's decent. They definitely were missing a point guard. But the fact, like, they're still in first place, and I think the George Hill acquisition that was great. That shit was great. They needed that. Now, you'll never hear me say something great about George Hill, but like he fits with this team.
Yeah,
honestly,
he does. He can defend his position. He can throw an entry pass without it getting stolen.
Yeah, ball security is like number one.
Crucially, right? Yeah, and he can shoot from 3, and he can make free throws in late game situations.
And when he's like your 5th best player, there's not that much pressure on him, and he doesn't have to do a whole lot of shit.
Yeah, I think that was a really good pickup for them. Not Kyle Lowry big, but it's definitely a boost to them for their prospects to win the Eastern Conference.
Definitely, dude. Philly, they look really good, but then nipping at their heels is Brooklyn. And go ahead and tell the people who Brooklyn got. I think most of everyone knows who Brooklyn got. It wasn't a trade.
Yeah, wasn't a trade. They kept an open roster spot this whole season.
Yeah.
Knowing that they were going to get somebody on the buyout market.
Mm-hmm.
They ended up getting LaMarcus Aldridge from the Spurs.
Yeah.
Now,
what do you think about that?
Harden, Kyrie, KD, Blake Griffin, DeAndre Jordan, LaMarcus Aldridge, and Jeff Green.
And Joe Harris.
And I'm talking about just like the 6 years ago All-Star team.
Yeah.
Doc Rivers All-Stars. This would have been the greatest team ever assembled.
Oh God.
7 years ago.
This is the it's not all on Blake team right here.
Yeah,
baby.
it really is. It's not.
They got a combined 41 All-Stars, bro. Like between those guys. Well, not Jeff Green, but yeah, I guess if you count Jeff Green, it's still 41. But that shit is crazy, man. It's definitely I'm interested to see it, but Blake and LaMarcus are a little washed. So it's different, but when you do put him in a lesser role, you can see throughout the years, like veterans that don't play as much, they still play really well.
Goddamn, Blake Griffin's already dunked 4 times on the Nets. He hadn't dunked in a year and a half.
Yeah. So I mean, like, if you give a veteran 15 minutes, it's different. You don't have to give like these vets that have been stars. You don't have to give them big minutes. Like, they know and they're professional enough to know I'm staying ready, and when you put me in, I'm gonna be just as good as I was. Not just as good, but like I'll give you productive minutes. It's not gonna be these young dudes that are like, oh no, like I need consistent minutes. It's really hard for me to like come off the bench and like hoop. Like I just can't do it. I need to consistently start. Like, you're gonna have to get rid of your all-star for me. Like, I just can't stay with this team. Like, fuck out of here. These dudes are gonna be professionals, and they're gonna be great. What do you say?
Tim Hardaway Jr.
Hell yeah. Oh, God. Definitely. But yeah, I like the pickup. I do like the pickup. I think they'll definitely be productive for Brooklyn. Brooklyn. Hey, Kevin Durant.
Pick up Nick Claxton. Nick Claxton's like, this is some bullshit.
Yeah, but
tips dyed blonde for this, so I can sit on a suit and end of the bench.
Look, I already saw Nick Claxton play enough to see that he's okay. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to win a championship, Nick. We ain't trying to see like if you're gonna be good or not. This ain't the time for that.
There's room for you on the Magic, Nick. They may have a trade exception.
Hey, he can go to the Magic, shit. Pistons, Wizards, Cavs, they'll take his ass.
Right? Fuck, come to the Hawks. You gotta be better than that big stupid motherfucker we got from Maryland.
Who do you got from Maryland?
Ah, fuck, I can't even remember his name. He's
Diamond Stone?
Oh my God. What a throwback.
He was a fucking beast in college.
Bro, he looked like fucking Ricky's dad from Ballers.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Ballers, obscure reference for motherfuckers who haven't watched that shit on HBO. That's a good ass show.
I got you guys, don't worry.
But yeah, hey, look, Nets looking good. What's your give me another acquisition you liked.
I'll give you another one I liked. We're gonna go down south, down to South Beach in Miami.
Yes, sir.
2 acquisitions I like.
Now you loved it. You love these acquisitions. I really don't give a fuck about them. But go ahead. Give the people what they want.
I really like these acquisitions. The Heat managed to add 3 rotation players to their playoff rotation. They got Trevor Ariza, they got Victor Oladipo, and they got Nemanja Bjelica.
Mm-hmm.
All of them, which look to play prominent or semi-prominent roles in the postseason. Ariza as the extra 3-and-D guy who, you know, you can play 20 minutes a game, give us a couple good fouls, and make some corner threes. Oladipo, now you move to the starting lineup. You're a better defender than Tyler Hero. And now Tyler Hero can feast against second units and absolutely destroy them, like I'm sure he's going to. And then Bjelica is your Kelly Olynyk replacement, that when you need to go 5 out on offense, when you need to space the floor, when you need to run your pick and pop action, he's going to be your Kelly Olynyk facsimile. So to turn Myers Leonard, Avery Bradley, and Kelly Olynyk into 3 players that could actually contribute for you in the postseason, one of which is a former All-Star, I think this is a pretty great trade deadline for the Heat.
Possibly. Now, here's 2 things you need to know about me. When you zig, I zag, and I constantly contradict myself all the time. Now, cheers to that. Oladipo, yeah, he looked okay in Houston, but I don't know if he's ready for primetime action. Next was who's the other motherfucker they got? Ariza. He was also looking kind of washed. I didn't like the way he was playing. Maybe you can say I wasn't playing with a good team. I looked, unenthusiastic about it. I get it. Then thirdly, I actually like Olynyk better than the guy that they got. What's his name? I kind of like Olynyk better than him because Olynyk, at least like he showed me he can hit big shots.
I agree with you. I like Olynyk better than him too. And Olynyk has some toughness, some feistiness.
Yeah.
beats it up and stuff. But you need to get Olynyk to get Oladipo. So
hey, yeah, I get it. I mean, it's not much you could do about it. And at the same time, like Olynyk pretty much looked unplayable versus the Lakers when they played him in the finals. So it's like,
hey, except for game 2 when he was giving AD the fucking business.
yeah, one game. But then
Yeah,
after
he
that,
still cooked AD a game 2 of the finals. That shit still fucking happened.
hey, look, did they win?
They won game 5.
Yeah, they didn't win game 2 though. But hey, look, we'll see. Time will tell. But the Heat, they definitely did. They needed to do something because currently they're sitting at the 8th spot at 22 and 24.
I think the biggest piece of this is the Tyler Hero piece.
What's that?
Now, like when Tyler Hero was in the starting lineup, he's having to guard the best perimeter player, and he has like a bigger burden of like offensive creation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When he's going against second units, he's going to be one, defending lesser players, so he won't have to exert himself as much. 2, he's going to be defended by lesser players. And 3, he's going to have the ball in his hands a lot more, being that he doesn't have to share it with Duncan Robinson, Bam Adebayo, Jimmy Butler, Goran Dragic, etc. So it really puts him in a position where it's like, hey, what is this one thing that you do really well? Just getting buckets? All right, go get them.
Hey, I can't refute anything you just said. That's fucking completely right. He's about to definitely show a little more of himself.
The other thing I loved about the Oladipo thing is the reason I advocated for him to be picked number 1 in his draft is perimeter defense.
Yeah.
That's a big, big upgrade just on a defensive end, especially come playoff time. From Tyler Hero, who can compete, but is a skinny, frail dude who's still learning the nuances of NBA defense, to Oladipo, who at his peak can be a very impactful defender.
Yeah. See, I like those moves that they made, like trading for those guys. It definitely helped them defensively. And I think, the reason I didn't like it is because, like, offensively, I didn't know how those guys are going to kind of fit with the team. Like, Oladipo does need touches and shit. So I'm kind of interested to see, like, what's going to happen with that. But, like, defensively, it definitely helps. But I don't think they needed a whole lot of help defensively. But, I mean, we'll see how it goes. Like, I don't think they're a bad defensive team. But they are definitely better than what they were. Like, you know? So, well, I don't know. They definitely – hey, look.
Any team that replaces Myers Leonard and Kelly Olynyk with Oladipo and Trevor Ariza is going to get better on defense.
I mean, they're currently sitting at 8, and you don't
want to be by subtraction right there.
Yeah, that's true. But you don't want to find yourself at the 8th spot when the playoffs start, because you're going to lose to Philly. I don't give a shit how tough your team is and what you think Jimmy Butler can do. Philly's going to kick your ass.
Listen, man, you don't want to find yourself in the 8th spot playing against the fucking Bulls in the first round with or in the play-in with their revamped roster, where you only need to win 2 games. You know what I mean? What happens is Zach LaVine goes off one game, and now asses get tight, and it's a 1-game play-in for it. You know what I mean?
It's going to be a problem. You better be looking at the Knicks and try to take their spot. But they're only 22 and 24, and the Knicks are 24 and 22. So you have a decent amount of time to catch up.
I'll tell you who is another team who's ripe for the catching: the Boston Celtics.
Yeah, they look
Celtics. Crazy. Yeah, they made their own move, trading for Fournier.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, they got rid of Tice, so they're going to be a lot more Robert Williams dependent.
Time Lord.
Yeah. Excuse me. His name escapes me. Fournier. Who just got there is a dude who always looks good in the regular season and then doesn't do shit in the fucking playoffs.
Yeah, but that being said, we've only seen him in what, 1 playoff series or 2?
2.
We've seen him in 2 playoff series?
Yeah. No, 3. No, 4.
I think
it's been 4 playoff series.
Where'd he come from? He's been
in the Magic since he was drafted.
They played 4 times in the playoffs when he's been there? I thought it was 2.
Dwight Howard years.
How long has he been there?
Like 9 years, something like that.
Golly, I had no idea that he was that fucking old.
9 seasons.
That's wild as shit.
Let me see
Hey, I do like I like that acquisition though, at least offensively for Boston, in which Boston looks dead as shit when they have the ball if Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum don't do anything. So like offensively, I love it. Defensively, whatever. You needed someone to score the basketball besides those two guys. You needed it badly. And Evan Fournier can at least get you 18, 17 points in the game. And they needed this shit. They definitely needed it.
And he's gonna I anticipate he's going to run their second units, being that Jeff Teague got sent the other way in the trade. Now, he's been a 3 playoff series.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so 2012, 2018, 2019. He had that big
So when Dwight was leaving, he was there. And then they made it a couple times after that. Hey, look.
You know what his career field goal percentage in the playoffs is?
What?
35%.
Hey, that playoff defense was getting on him.
That's what I'm saying, man. This is a joint that, like, he's scoring 20 points a game now in Orlando. So you see on paper, and you're like, oh, wow, this is going to be a big boon for the Celtics offense. I mean, crunch time, I don't know if this actually really helps them that much.
I hear you. It's both. You can see both sides, though. Like, Boston literally just needs, like, 15 more points. And they can be, like, going from a okay team to, like, a team that's back to being decent. You know?
I disagree with you a lot on this one. I think Boston is a lot farther from being saved than you think.
Well, but we haven't seen – Marcus Smart has been hurt for a lot of this season, too.
You know who's last in the NBA in assists? Boston.
That's because Kemba looks like shit.
By a big margin.
And
all
Kemba
they
looks
do
bad.
is take turns watching Tatum and Brown score. There's no cohesion. The ball doesn't move around at all. There's no, like, giving up a good shot to get a great shot. It's just fucking 4 people standing around watching one of those guys shoot.
No, but it's only because
really bad.
It's because Kemba Walker is just – his knee is done, bro. Like, he's done, bro.
His knee was done when he was leaving Charlotte. Why would you give an aging 5'10" point guard $150 million?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
They weren't close to winning the championship in the first place.
Well, yeah, but honestly, I think Charlotte might have had better physio motherfuckers than Boston does, bro. Because at least Kemba could give you 44 still in a night. Like, I don't know what they were doing.
Scary Terry's been a paragon of consistency.
Yeah, I don't know what they were doing to his knee. I don't know what they did to his knee in Charlotte, but these Boston dudes don't know what the fuck to do with him.
Meanwhile, Gordon Hayward looks fantastic.
Yeah, I'm telling you, bro, Boston needs to look at their medical staff and be like, hey, look, Kemba Walker was giving me 44, like 300-something days ago. What the fuck's going on right now?
So now, who's the backup 5 for the Celtics?
Tristan Thompson is the starter, right? So
no, Robert Williams has got to be the starter, right?
So I guess Tristan Thompson.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Unfortunately, he can't stay healthy. It kind of sucks, but
I think that the Celtics are a team ripe for being overtaken. I do not like their prospects this season. I don't like how their pieces fit together, and I don't see a team that, like, plays for each other.
Yeah, well, they're kind of in limbo though. Like all the same thing we were talking about like a couple weeks ago. All these picks that they had really kind of turned into nothing. Just like 2 guys that were decent, but everybody else is really bad. So it's like at this point, what the fuck are you gonna do? Like, I don't know if you have the assets to trade for people. I don't know if you have the money to get big stars to come to Boston. So
they don't have none of that. They don't have anything to do. Nobody wants any of their young players.
Yeah.
You know, the only asset they have is Marcus Smart.
And Taco Fall. Let's see more Taco.
Hey, there we go. It's taco time, baby. I'm with it.
Taco time.
I'm with it.
I mean, look, Boston, you're not going to win the chip. Do something crazy.
Yeah.
You're not going to win. You can't win with this team. Good pickup, yeah, but what are you, a 5 seed in the East? Like,
I don't understand this move at all. The only reason I understand this is if this is to get Fournier's bird rights so they can go over the cap to re-sign him this summer as a restricted free agent. If they're not going to re-sign Evan Fournier, I have no idea why they gave up 2 second-round picks to rent this guy for 3 months so you could finish 7th in the East.
Yeah, it sucks, man. I don't know what they're gonna do. I mean, Kemba Walker's making $34 million, and he can't do anything for him, bro. It kind of sucks. They lost the trade. Like when you saw the trade on paper, you're like, "Oh, Boston got Kemba."
He lost big time.
Yeah, like
I'd rather have just kept Terry Rozier.
Yeah, I feel bad.
Terry Rozier played great for the fucking Hornets.
Yeah, he is. I feel bad for them, dude. I feel bad for them. They're in a shit spot, and it's not looking
bad for them at all. They had a treasure trove of assets. They're in one of the biggest markets. They have the second most historic franchise in the entire league with a ton of history. You have all these built-in advantages, and you screwed the fucking pooch. I don't feel bad for you at all.
Nobody wants to go to Boston anymore. It's over.
Nobody fucks with Danny Ainge anymore either. Danny Ainge is low-key messed up a lot. He's hit on some big ones, but he's really whiffed on a lot of others, man.
Dude, they gotta pay Kemba Walker until 2023. Like this shit is done. This shit is done. Like this shit is over. Like you can't even trade him to fucking who's the worst team ever that fucks up everything? Minnesota wouldn't even take that motherfucker. It's done, bro. Kemba looks like trash, and your 3 best players are Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, and Marcus Smart.
I'll tell you who'll take him. Houston. We'll take Houston is really in Oklahoma City. These are like the 2 Statue of Liberty teams. They're like, give us your poor, you're tired, you're hungry, huddled masses. You're fucking 9th man that couldn't play in San Antonio.
Man.
Give us Kemba Walker and 2 first-round draft picks, and we'll eat his salary since we're not fucking going anywhere anyway.
Dude, honestly, the Boston Celtics, they don't have anything for me. Like in a trade, I don't want anything from your team. You give me one of your statues, like the city of Boston. You give me like 3 of your statues. Like, let me get 3 of those. I might give you somebody good, but I'm good. Give me Paul Revere. Is that his name? Give me the British is coming guy.
Yeah.
Let me take that one. You give me that statue. You rename him Houston Revere, and we're good to go. You can have whoever you want.
We'll take Kemba Walker. If we can also take Brian Scalabrine to replace Dominique Wilkins as the local color commentary guy.
As your announcer, have Scalabrine do everything.
Dominique, dude, I love you as a player, but, that shit makes my ears bleed. He's such a god-awful commentator.
He talks so much about nothing. Like, it's just so much talking. It's ridiculous.
And he has like the fucking we should still play basketball like we're wearing Chuck Taylor's mentality, where he's like, somebody walks into a fucking wide open 3-point shot and they just happen to miss. He's like, now that's a bad shot with 19 seconds left on the shot clock.
It's like
uncontested 3 by a 35% shooter. Like,
right? I'm like, Nick, you act like you played in the 70s. Like you were playing basketball in almost the late 90s almost. Like you played for a long ass time. I don't know why you're talking like you were fucking Wilt Chamberlain or some shit. I'm like, what the fuck?
Right. Even fucking what's his face? The dude in the WNBA, Bill Laimbeer. Plays a much more modern basketball style than him.
Yeah.
And Bill Laimbeer didn't want to do anything but elbow people.
Hey, look, that's all you. Any other trades that interested you? I know you like the PJ Tucker thing, but he's not.
Hey, wait a minute. Let's keep it in the A. Let's keep it in the A for a second. While we talk about the Hawks, guys, I promise this isn't gonna be like last pod where we talk about them for 25 minutes.
Oh, I got many messages saying that you were delusional as fuck. It looked crazy when I rewatched it, but like in the moment, I was like, "This dude's crazy." When I rewatched it and I gave you those names, you were like, "No, I wouldn't trade John Collins for that." I was like, "Oh my god, this guy's fucking dumb." But go ahead.
There's a reason he didn't get traded. It's all right.
No, go ahead.
We'll see who's traded at the end of the day.
We won't. Right. We'll digress.
I'll tell you who did get traded though, and it's Rajon Rondo, aka Chris.
You gave up on him. I told you, you gave up on him. I knew it was going to happen. I told you in the beginning of the season you were going to give up on Rondo and trade his ass. I knew it.
This is a great trade for Atlanta.
Yeah.
This is a great trade for Atlanta. We get off Rondo's fucking heinous contract.
What's he making? Like 15 million or some shit?
Yeah.
Good Lord. Oof.
Yeah, he's getting another $8 million next season.
No wonder he went to Atlanta.
Yeah, right? We gave him a ton of money.
Good Lord.
We get off his contract. We get 2 second-round picks. And we get Lou Williams back, who's been a much better bench player and pick-and-roll player than Rondo has been this year.
Yeah.
So I'll talk Hawks for the first part. You finally get somebody to run the offense when Trae Young is on the bench. Because Rondo has been an abomination running the offense for the Hawks this year. With
So what happened?
Their net rating is like in the high 80s, which is like, if your net rating is 100, that's fucking horrible.
That's pretty bad. Well, like, what was the big problem? So, just for reference, Rondo was making $7.5 million this year. And he's making $7.5 million again next year. You signed him to 2 years. You're fucking retarded. Anyways, like, what was with the offense? Like, did he play in a lot of games? I felt like I never saw him actually play in a game.
He played about 25 games. He just couldn't get into the fucking defense at all. He couldn't blow by anyone. So he just ended up dribbling around the top of the key and shooting a contested three or passing the ball to somebody else with 5 seconds left on the shot clock.
All right, fuck it. So your trade was what? Rondo for who?
Lou Williams.
Oh, that's right. You got
Lemon Pepper Lou.
Lemon pepper. Salt and pepper.
Hey, he's got his own flavor of Magic City. And it's going to be, they better start making more backups of that sauce.
Yeah, I like it though. I like Lou Will. He did say he was going to retire for a second, but then he was like, you know what? I'm back in my hometown. I think I can ball out for Atlanta. That might be a good pickup for y'all. You know, defensively, it's not going to do a damn thing. Like y'all are both, like Trae Young and Lou Will are the worst defenders I've ever seen in my life, almost.
You can't have them on the court at the same time. It's not possible.
No,
not possible.
Sorry, Lou. You're not going to be playing to the end of games. It's going to be Trae Young.
No. For sure.
Rondo to the Clippers is actually more interesting than Lou Will to the Hawks. To be totally, completely honest with you, that's a great fucking pickup for the Clippers. Like, I don't know how they did it. I don't know how they pulled it off. But they put the fucking wool over everyone's eyes, and now Rajon Rondo is back in LA. But for the Clippers, dude, all they needed was a point guard. And now they got the playoff Rondo. Look out for the Clips. Rondo might put a little spark in their ass too, man. Because these dudes, they just hate it. When the world's against the Clippers, they're just like, we're bitches.
Well, I think that's going to be the biggest boom for the Clippers is Rondo holding these guys accountable.
Hell yeah.
Being like, I'm a fucking champion 3 times over and, one of the 10 greatest point guards ever to play, probably.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting to see, like,
you remember
Kawhi and Paul George. Oh, go ahead.
You remember when he went to LA with LeBron and LeBron was doing some shit and it was like a players only meeting or something and he just looked like right at LeBron. He's like, hey, don't do that shit, man.
Yeah.
Don't fucking do that shit.
Yeah, I heard that.
That just like sets the tone, you know what I mean, for everybody on the roster. And 2 guys who have publicly shied away from responsibility repeatedly in Pandemic Paul and Computer Love. This is a big needed addition as far as the leadership department goes and accountability because you can't win a championship without everybody rowing together, and that doesn't happen without everybody owning up to their faults and their mistakes and growing.
Yeah, it's going to go 2 ways. Either Rondo is going to spark something inside of Kawhi and Paul George, and they're going to be a great team.
Or he's going to get in a fight.
Or they're going to hate each other.
Right.
Like, this is going to...
Or he's going to get beat up by one of the Morris twins.
Hey, look, this acquisition is going to show us if Kawhi and Paul George love basketball or not. Because Rajon Rondo loves basketball, and he's going to hold you accountable, and he's not going to let any of this stuff slide. And, like, Ty Lue is the same type of way. He doesn't let stuff slide. But for some reason, it's just not working. Like, this year, I don't know what the underlying problem is. But they don't look consistent. They've always not looked consistent for some reason for the past couple of years. But this is going to be a good one. Rondo's going to lay the smackdown on you boys. You better show me something.
I think this is one of those rare trades that like is good for both teams. So, like both teams won this transaction.
Yeah.
This is like what trades were invented for.
Yeah.
Was for like situations just like this.
Yeah. It's not like usually when you trade someone, you're like, oh yeah, we're really getting them on this one. They're giving us Blake Griffin for fucking a bag of chips. Let's go. But yeah, this is a good trade for both teams.
I see Rondo also like he isn't a dude that like at this point his role is probably not going to be what we wanted him to do with the Hawks, which is like run the pick and roll, get into the defense, kick out the shooters. He's probably going to be the dude who's like the second recipient of the action. So Paul George initiates it. It goes to Rondo as the defense is moving. Then he makes the next decision, makes them pay. Instead of him having to do it from scratch and be the initiator all the time.
The hockey assist.
Yeah, he can be the guy now that he's with his shooting this season and last season, the bubble postseason. I think he's established himself as a guy who can hit, catch, and shoot threes in the postseason.
I mean, because like the Clippers, like I'm about to be done with the Clippers. Like I'm gonna watch about 10 games with Rondo, and if I don't like it, I think I'm about to be done with the Clippers because there's no excuse. Like they're the 4th seed in the West, and the Lakers didn't have Anthony Davis since like January or whatever. Like you can't be behind the Lakers, bro. Not like you're in the 3rd spot now, but the Lakers don't have LeBron and AD, so you barely just passing them now. I got to see y'all at least in the 2nd spot or something. This shit is ridiculous.
I want to see the other thing is how Kawhi reacts to all of Rondo's gambling on defense. Because Kawhi doesn't really fucking gamble like that. He just forces you into a corner to do what he wants you to do, and then he stops you from doing it. So
usually, yeah.
But Rondo he's like, especially at this part of his career, I don't know if it was in Atlanta playing for like a bad team, not giving a fucking shit. But it's like a lot of the Allen Iverson, I let you get by me and then try to like swing around your back and poke the ball out underneath.
I mean, if you watched him with the Lakers, he still gambled. It wasn't like as much, but he definitely looks better when he plays with smarter players. I think he's one of those dudes that like he sees that something's going to happen, but his teammates don't see like the same thing that he sees, and it makes him look really dumb. You know what I'm saying? Instead of vice versa.
I think that's fair enough. Now, you mentioned they're still behind the Clippers in the West. An uphill battle, or excuse me, still behind the Lakers in the West.
No, they're on top of them now.
They're on top of them now?
Yeah, they're in the 3rd spot.
With the Lakers expecting Anthony Davis and LeBron to be out a little while longer.
Yeah.
Likely that they continue their ascent over the Lakers in the standings.
Yeah.
The Lakers do, however, have a one new piece that will be joining their team, though.
Oh, yeah.
Reported today by Woj is that Andre Drummond has agreed to a buyout with the Cavs and will be joining the Lakers.
Yes, sir. And this is recent news, right? Didn't it just happen like yesterday or something?
Today.
Yep. It was today? Okay, yeah. Like, this is the best Lakers center in 10 years at least. Think about it. Take a second. Ding.
Fucking since Anthony Davis keeps refusing to call himself a center.
Yeah. Hey, look, 88 ain't a center. So he's eliminated from the conversation.
All right. Well, hold on. Now I actually want to do this. Are you telling me that, wait a minute, are you telling me that he's better than Robert Sacre or
Ronnie Turioff?
Brody Turioff or the fucking Zubac or here's another one. Your boy who went to Duke, Ryan.
Ryan Kelly.
Ryan Kelly.
Better than all of them. Definitely better than all of them. That's not even a talk. Like we can't even.
Goes to Pau Gasol.
Ooh. Is Pau a center?
Yep. He's a center.
I think.
Man, in the last 10 years, it's been rough.
They had Dwight, but if you think of.
Yeah, I was about to say Dwight last year or Andre Drummond this year.
No. Drummond this year. But Dwight 2013. When did he go to Lakers? 2013.
He sucked though. He sucked
That's
ass.
what I'm saying. Is Drummond?
I would rather have the Dwight from the last Lakers stint from last year than the Dwight that they got with Steve Nash and Kobe.
Dwight Howard, that year he had with Kobe was like, when you look back on it, you think it was like horrible. Like the numbers are there, yeah, but it was
it's calamitous.
He just couldn't jump. He couldn't jump. He couldn't jump, and he was like 6'9". You know what I'm saying? It was tough. It was a tough year for him. He should have waited, bro. He should have gave himself some time to rehab.
And he was trying to do a lot of it off post-ups. And you remember they Mike Brown said we're gonna run the Princeton offense when they got there.
I remember that.
And then Mike Brown got fired 6 games into the season.
Oh shit! Didn't they sign Mike D'Antoni or something like that?
Yep.
Yeah. Oh my God. Dude, it was bad.
And they still made the playoffs.
They did.
Dragged
think about it. Kobe got hurt though. Kobe got hurt. That was the year he got hurt. But think about it.
But he dragged him to the playoffs before he got hurt.
You forget about that shit. Like during the beginning of the season, like the first half of the season, they looked bad. And they had a bad record. They were out of the playoffs. But the second half of the season, I think their record was – I think they had the number 1 record, like, on the second half. They looked like one of the best teams in the game. They were beating everyone, bro. Like, they looked really good.
All on the backs of Kobe. It was all Kobe, bro. It was crazy.
It was tough. That was the best I'd ever seen him play.
Did they lose to the Nuggets then in the playoffs that year? Or was it the Suns?
I think they
It was the Nuggets, wasn't it?
2012, 2013 when Dwight was there. I think they lost to the Spurs, I believe.
Spurs. Yeah, it could have been the Spurs.
I think it was the Spurs. Like we were all excited, and then when we kind of found out when they were going to play the Spurs, we were like, they're looking good, but they're not looking that good. I don't know if they can beat the Spurs in 4 games.
I just the joint I remember I'm getting confused is that Lakers Nuggets playoff series with Ty Lawson and JaVale McGee and Kobe and who was on that team? Was Bynum on that team?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
I think he was.
That was a great one.
They had a good ass team, but hey,
Now the Nuggets themselves. Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just say Drummond. That's an excellent pickup for the Lakers, and watch out for them. That's a great pick. Like that's a championship move right there, bro.
We said this last week on the podcast, briefly talking about him, that he's a dude that, like, when you're playing with 2 awful guards, is not going to look that great. But when he's catching lobs being thrown off the backboard, he's going to look tremendous. You have to remember, Andre Drummond is still only 28.
Yeah. Yeah, he's young.
He's not walking. Like,
no.
Dude who's an athletic beast in his physical prime.
Yeah, it's not his fault that, like, Detroit became a dumpster fire. Like, he did the best thing he could do, and Detroit was like, look, man, you're good, but we really don't have anything. Yeah, like, there was nothing he could do. Like, both the teams he was playing for were just really bad.
Yeah.
And I'm just really excited to see what he's going to do, like, in the future as well, though. Like, I want him to stay on a good team and see how it goes for his career.
Yeah.
Because he's a decent player. And he's proven proven
very
that
talented, but
he's able to improve his free throw percentage. That shows that, like, he actually cares about basketball. Like, he gives a fuck. He's a good player, man.
That's what I'm saying. You hit the nail on the head with the free throw percentage. It's tough to commit any, like, big amount of money or playing time to a dude who shoots in the 40s.
Yeah.
From the free throw line.
Yeah.
There's like 60% from the free throw line is bad.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
The difference between 60% and 80% is like a bad free throw shooter to a good, like a solid, good free throw shooter.
Yeah.
That's the same distance from 60 to 40, which is where Drummond is.
Drummond.
Yeah, the gap between him and a bad free throw shooter is as bad as the gap between, like, Dwight and Jimmy Butler shooting.
Yeah, yeah. He was shooting 37% his rookie year. 37%. Now he's shooting 59%.
It's hard to like put into words how bad 30% is.
It's bad, but if you can,
That'll hurt your team so much.
Yeah, but if you can show the ability to make 2 out of 2 more than you like miss 0 out of 2, then I can be like, okay, cool. You're not that big of a concern if you're on the court.
If you shoot 39% from free throw line, you're concerned.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter where you are. You're concerned on the bench. You're concerned in the front office. You're concerned around the water cooler. You're concerned.
Yeah, like when he comes around, you're just like, oh, we were just talking about free throws. Shut up.
Right.
Hi, Andre.
Avoid anything that's free in the like practice facility. They got to start charging you for like 1 cent for anything else that's free. It's like, no, Andre. Oh, you know how he feels about things that are free. No. You got to put a penny in before you use the fucking water fountain in the hallway.
That's awesome. You either do that or you just make him stand 15 feet away from everything. Oh, Jesus. He's like, if you stand 15 feet away, he can't do it. He's really bad at it.
Well, or this is another thing that I'm being dead ass serious about this. Why, with some of these dudes that are shooting in the 40s or 50s, are we not like legitimately going to try the Rick Barry?
I don't know. It's over for him.
Don't know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the old school granny shot in the NBA where you put it between your legs and go up like that.
Yeah. Hit him with that spin. I don't know, man. I have no idea.
Really easy to hit at least 70% from that.
It probably is, but these dudes.
It's probably hard to get 100, but it's really easy to get 70. And if you're shooting fucking 39.
These basketball players, man, they trying to be cool and shit. They ain't trying to do that. Shaq said it best. He was like, hey, man, I'm trying to be sexy. If I shoot under my legs like that, ain't nobody going to try to have sex with me. I'm trying to be big sexy out here. That's what Shaq said.
Shaq's a dummy.
Yeah.
You know how many points you would have had if you shot 70% from the free throw line, Shaq?
That's what Shaq's dad always used to say. He's like, hey, look, you scored 50, but you could have had 70 if you would have made your free throws.
Yeah.
So, come on, big fella.
His dad's right. Who cares what your shooting motion looks like? It's not like his regular shooting form was so sexy.
No.
You remember fucking, what was it, 2K10? Trying to get his free throw correct was the most impossible thing in the world.
Dude, now
30-second release where he goes.
Do you remember NBA Live when they used to have the bars? When they used to have the bars going this way and then the bars going this way, and you had to get in the center? His shit was like, and you were just like, good Lord, Shaq.
Oh my God.
Bro, he could not.
That was impossible. That was the 2K, that shit.
It was hard, bro. But like, when you get Shaq, you know what you were getting into with his free throws and shit. It was an accomplishment if I could get Shaq free throw percentage to like 60-something. Like, honestly. And I don't even know what his like overall free throw percentage is. I bet you it's not even that bad. But we just remember it because he has the Hack a Shaq rule. Like, they literally made a rule about him. So it's like, what do you think his free throw percentage is career?
Shaq?
Yeah, Big Shaq is.
57?
52. 52 for the big fella. And what do you think? Give me what do you think his highest was?
His highest season?
Yeah.
63.
62, bro. 62. I think he won the MVP. This was
Happens when you make fucking 10% more free throws, Shaq? With your non-sexy, big, stupid ass?
Goofy ass. 2002, 2003, bro. That's crazy.
Bro, get Brent Barry on the phone and be like, bring your dad, dog. Like, come teach the team.
Hell yeah. Wait, let me see. When did he win that MVP? Are they not going to give it to me? I ain't trying to look it up like that. Oh, no, he got that shit in 2000. Never mind. Close, though.
Yep. Wow. What a nugget of information that you managed to unearth, Terry. That was terrific. And I'll tell you what, who also is looking terrific is the Denver Nuggets.
Hey, hold up. You like that trade?
I do.
Hey, go ahead. Explain to the people what happened.
Now, which trade are you talking about?
I'm talking about them getting Aaron Gordon.
Oh, I thought you were talking about them bringing the MVP back home.
Who the hell is that?
JaVale McGee.
Wow.
4-time Shaq with a full MVP. Goes back to where he had some of his best Shaqs years.
Two-time champ, though. He's a two-time champ. Put some
He's a
respect on him.
4-time champ.
Is he a four-time champion?
He's a 4-time champ, and Kendrick Perkins is a 2-time champ.
Oh, my God. No, I was talking about, like, actual championships, not fucking, like,
Oh, no, I'm talking
the full
about
championships. Hey, look, in my book, JaVale could have all of them. Shaq just left him alone after a while when he started crying like a little hoe.
Oh, my goodness. Do you see JaVale McGee? He had another one, like, last week for the Cavs.
Oh, really?
Yeah, where he was like leading the break himself and then went like between his legs twice and then airballed a pull-up three.
Oh my God, dude. Hey, I love it when he's on the court, man. Because he can give you brilliance and then he can give you just awfulness, and it's great.
Yeah.
He's a train wreck.
We'll talk about the more significant part of this trade, I guess, which was Aaron Gordon going to the Nuggets. The man who once fucking dunked a ball that was dropped from a drone? The first drone dunk in the NFL?
Yeah. I think he did do that. Yeah.
So,
but
he's bringing the drone strikes to Denver in that high altitude, man. Ain't never going to see him coming.
So you like this trade, huh?
Don't put a high flyer in thin air, bro.
So you like this trade, huh?
I like this trade a lot. I told you before the trade deadline, this is the number one team I want him to go to. I said I want him to go to the Nuggets.
You did say that. You got your dream.
You get off of Gary Harris, who's not looked like the same player the last 3 seasons.
Yep.
All you really got to do is get rid of R.J. Hampton and a first-round pick, and you get back a dude who now becomes the primary defender for all these big wings that you were. Mm-hmm. This is the number one problem on their team, is defending those big wings. And now they have a dude who at least physically can hang with all these guys in the West. And that's a big, big plus for them because now they don't have to rely on Paul Millsap.
Yeah, true. Is he better than Michael Porter Jr.?
They're so different. Like,
he's
going to be the defensive guy, and Michael Porter Jr. is going to be the offensive guy. I could actually see the pairing of those two working pretty well.
Yeah.
And this is the other thing, bro. When we were talking about, like, every year when we get down to the end of the year, we're talking about, like, who are we going to pick to win the chip? Usually teams that have multiple ways of playing and have multiple adjustments that they can make are the teams that end up making it into the finals. Instead of teams that say, we do this one thing really, really well. And now this gives them additional flexibility in their lineup where this is a dude who has so many more tools. He's a decent passer. He can handle the ball some. We know how explosive of an athlete he is. He can make wide open shots, at least at a Paul Millsap-ish rate.
Yeah,
and
sort of.
He's a dude who I've seen defend elite wings and look credible.
Yeah.
And so now, like, you add him into a mix with Michael Porter Jr., who's explosive offensively, Paul Millsap, who's never in the wrong place, who has all the veteran guile and savvy and experience. And that now looks like a very complete front court to me. After I thought they really missed Jeremy Grant leaving this offseason.
Yeah. See, my thing is, like, I know he's a really good basketball player. But not really. Yeah, he's good. He's a pretty good basketball player. But, like, the only thing I'm worried about is, are you going to hit that open corner three when we need you to hit that open corner three? You know what I'm saying? Because he's going to be in that Harrison Barnes spot, wide the fuck open in the Western Conference Finals or in the second round. And are you going to hit it or are you going to miss it? And I don't think he's that great of a shooter where he's going to hit that shit every time. He just got to get in the gym and start shooting that shot. and prove to me that you can hit that, and then I gotta see it to believe it. You know, he's not a great 3-point shooter, and that's the only thing. That's the only thing I'm worried about. That's it. Like he's a good.
That's valid, Terry. I think that's valid. I think your Harrison Barnes comp was a good one, a really good one. I think he's kind of a Harrison Barnes facsimile in that they do a lot of similar things, but Harrison Barnes is a better shooter. Aaron Gordon is a better athlete.
Yeah. Yeah.
Both of them defensively could fill the same role. Offensively, you ideally want to be like the fourth option.
Yeah. But that's the thing. Like, if he's your fourth option, then that's a great option.
That's
you just don't want. Yeah, you don't want to.
He's also the thing I like about him a lot is he's a bridge player that, like, the same way we were talking about Tatum and Brown and how it's a lot of like take your turn type shit. It's the same thing in Denver, even though it looks better. It's really just a two-man game with Murray and Jokic, and then Michael Porter Jr. hitting ISO buckets. And that's like their whole offense.
Yeah.
They really don't do anything else. So I like Gordon in a way to like connect the offense all together. He's a willing passer, explosive athlete, and he'll be kind of like a bridge to connect that two-man game to the rest of the team.
Yeah, and that is the thing I like about him though. Like he definitely wasn't selfish. Like he didn't really complain much when Vucevic became a better player, or like when they brought Fultz and Fultz started to get the ball a lot more. Like you never heard him really say anything. He's good. He always talked about just getting better, and he honestly has gotten consistently better. I mean, his rookie year he was shooting 27% from three. This year he's shooting 37, or with Orlando he's shooting 37. Mm-hmm. So like he's proven to me that he can, get better, and he might be okay. If he's clicking towards 40% with threes, then Denver, you got a great player in your hands. You're
good to go. League average 35 is all we ask for. Yeah. That's it. If he can shoot 35% from three, they will have held a hell of a addition, and that should put them in one of the top two spots in the West. In my opinion.
Yeah, definitely. But it's just like I've watched a lot of games, and I've seen him miss a lot of fucking open threes, and I'm just like, come on, bro. Like, you've been in the league for too long to be missing something so wide open. Like, I've seen it so many times.
I agree.
We shall see. He is a good player, so it is a good pick.
See what happens with the Jokic effect too. When you start getting passes like right into your freaking catch radius, right into your bread box. You know what I mean?
The thing.
And you don't have to pick up Markelle Fultz and Cole Anthony's passes off the floor before you shoot it.
Yeah. No, that's right. That's definitely right, because he hasn't played with a great passer, and Jokic is a great passer. So this is interesting. I'm ready to see some lobs, though. I'm ready to see some lobs.
Oh yeah, dude! All the backdoor cuts where he's in the corner and then they turn their head for 1 second, and then that Jokic.
That's what I mean, though. If he starts hitting those corner threes, if he starts hitting corner threes at a 40-something% rate, and you're just like, oh shit, he's opening the corner again, and you start leaking. Backdoor cut, he's dunking on whoever. Don't try to block that shit. You're getting dunked on. Aaron Gordon, he ain't no skinny high flyer.
Hey, Rudy Gobert, are you taking notes? Are you listening? Mm-hmm. Are you taking minutes, Rudy?
Don't do it, bro. Hey, look, y'all seen him in the East. Do not come over to Aaron Gordon. He's 6'8", 240. He is dunking on you. You're not blocking that shit.
All right. Well, Terry, there's one man who could block that shit. We both know who it is.
Taco Fall.
Who? The greatest defender in the history of the NBA, Draymond Green. You hear about this week, Terry?
I did. I heard about it.
Green has labeled himself the greatest defender in the history of the NBA.
Can't be, bro. His prime was too short. Too short of a period of duration of defense. He was a great defender. He was a great defender, bro, but it was just too short of a time. It had to be a longer span of time. You got to give me a longer prime.
This is my other thing, too. If you're going to be the greatest defender of all time, like, for me, I think the greatest defender of all time is Bill Russell, right? The reason for me that he's the greatest defender of all time is he does both things at elite level. The individual lock you down one-on-one defense and the disruptive team defender defense. Draymond was elite as a disruptive team defender who could make all these reads on the fly and arrive from the weak side to challenge you at the rim or to strip you or to intercept a pass in the middle. He's never been a guy who you say, go stick him on LeBron and we won't have to worry about him. Or go stick him on anybody. But John Collins just had 38 against him last night.
I mean, look, he's definitely out of his prime now. But I'm not going to sit here and say, like, he strapped up AD. He definitely strapped AD up. But only AD when he was with the Pelicans. You know, when they were, like, winning chips and shit. Like, he strapped his shit the fuck up.
Everyone was strapping AD up in the playoffs.
That ain't true.
Lopez was strapping up AD.
That's not true. Don't you do that to Anthony like that. That ain't true, man.
Kelly Olynyk, who was strapping up Anthony Davis in the finals last year.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing about Draymond, and we're done with the trade talk stuff, right?
We're done.
No, the trade stuff you want to talk about. Here's the thing about Draymond. To his detriment, he was a good defender, but to his detriment, you played the Cavs and you played LeBron during a time when a lot of eyes were on you, and LeBron was literally destroying the Warriors like it was nothing. And you can't talk about I'm one of the greatest defenders of all time and somebody on the other team, granted second best player of all time type shit, is getting like 40 a game on y'all. You cannot say you're the greatest anything. When someone on the other team
all off of fucking posting you up.
Yeah, like he's literally dominating you. He's dominating your whole team. No one can stop him. You can't be on a team and be like, hey, look, LeBron's killing us. We need you to stop him. And he's still doing the same shit.
Yeah,
like I can't give you that, bro. You're no Rodman. You're no Bill Russell.
So now I'm wondering, like, where does he fit? Is he a top 10 defender?
I can give him top 10. I was thinking 5.
Maybe.
But I'd have to think. I could give him the 5 spot, but I'd have to think about it. He was a good defender.
He was a good defender. I'm trying to think though. If we go back, let's do the best defender of all time, right? I put Bill Russell 1. Number 2, Michael Jordan. Number 3, Scottie Pippen.
Yeah.
Number 4, Kawhi Leonard.
I got Dennis Rodman.
Okay, that's fine. Either one. You can flip either one. He was going to be my next.
Yeah.
So that's 4 and 5. 6, Ben Wallace.
Yeah, shit.
All right. 7, Dwight Howard. 7, Hakeem Olajuwon.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, Draymond. Damn. You're right.
Yeah. Dwight Howard.
Yeah.
9, what's your boy? Fuck.
Bruce Bowen or something?
All defensive teams.
Sidney Moncrief. Sidney Moncrief?
Sidney Moncrief made 5 all-defensive first teams in a row.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
What about Tony Allen?
Tony Allen. Boom. Best defender that Kobe and KD ever said they played together. Now that's 10 right there. And we haven't even tried to really make a list. I haven't really racked my brain at all.
Yeah, we were just naming names. And honestly, it's hard to dispute some of that shit. Because, like, I can put him ahead of certain people just because the multiple position guarding type of thing, you know? So it's hard to think about it. But honestly, I thought LeBron was a better defender than him.
Hey, and I didn't even mention LeBron, who's a better defender than him. I didn't mention Dikembe Mutombo, who's a 4-time Defensive Player of the Year. And I didn't mention fucking David Robinson.
The Admiral was a blocking ass motherfucker.
Tim Duncan. Or Kevin Garnett.
Tim Duncan.
Or KG.
I can give him above KG, but I can't give him above Tim Duncan.
I can't give him above KG.
You don't think so?
Hell no. KG
I don't know.
was one of the best pick and roll defenders I ever saw.
He was a good pick and roll defender. He was. But Draymond definitely, he changed the way that the Warriors' trajectory went, though, you know?
He did. And he changed the way I think we looked at hybrid players, where when Draymond came in the league, you saw a dude, he's too small to play 4, or he's too slow to play 4, and he's too small to play 5. And he kind of flipped the hybrid where it used to be we used to call them tweeners, and now we call them hybrids, right?
Yeah.
It used to be a bad thing to be in between, and now he flipped it where it's like now everyone wants a guy who is a strong enough base and mobile enough legs to stay with guards, but long enough arms to be able to challenge centers. So
yeah,
I'll give him credit in that way. He really did kind of change the way that we looked at positions defensively. Defensively,
yeah. Because he could guard 5 positions and 4, maybe 4. You think 3?
3, 4, 5. He ain't guarding no 1 or 2.
It depends on the 2. Like I've definitely seen him guard some 2s, not the whole game, but like in some stretches and shit.
He can guard fucking Randy Foyle or Alan Mihalovich or Sasha Vucevic. Yeah, he can guard those guys.
Yeah, but 5-time All-Defensive, 1-time Defensive Player of the Year. But honestly, I still think LeBron was a better defender than him, like in their primes. I would definitely take LeBron.
LeBron on the Heat was a better defender than.
Yeah, I would definitely take LeBron. The fact that LeBron doesn't have 1 though is kind of crazy, but he was in the era with some really good fucking defenders, so it's tough.
He never put that much of a premium on defense except for in moments.
Yeah.
It's rare that he was like, I'm going to compete at my highest level every night for 82 games on defense.
And then the thing about Draymond is like he's not a great shot blocker. And I give him steals and deflections and shit. Yeah, you're the man. But if you're like 6'7", 6'8", you got to start blocking some shots and shit. If you're mostly guarding big man, you got to give me some block shots, man.
I agree with you, man.
I don't have no more.
I love Draymond. I've been a big Draymond advocate, but you're probably 15 outside the top, 15 to 20 in all.
Better than Iguodala? Think about it. Take a second. Ding. You got to give the people what they want. Draymond Green better defender than Andre Iguodala?
Yes.
You can give it to him? Okay. That's close for me. I don't know.
Yes, because Iggy can defend 2 positions and does the lockdown thing, and that's it. Now, individually, I'd rather have Iggy on LeBron 10 times out of 10 than Draymond. Yeah. But Draymond cleans up all the other shit in the fucking defense, filling all the other gaps.
Yeah.
But Iguodala is that's the 2K clamps badge. You know what I mean? That you think of.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, look, man, I love Draymond, but yo, this Hall of Fame shit. All right. These numbers, I get you're a good player, but it's a lot of talk. I've seen him play really well, but letting somebody in the Hall of Fame that scored under 10 points a game, that's fucking tough as shit for me, bro. For your career, under 10?
What? He's not going to be the first player to average a triple single to make the Hall of Fame? Is that what you're telling me?
Nah, because I think they're Ben Wallace is.
Hey, Mutombo's in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, but he's a defensive player of the year, 3 times over. He's got the most blocks of all. He's got the most. Doesn't he have the most blocks of all time or some shit?
I think the King Elijah one does actually.
I'll look it up, but I'm pretty sure Draymond's not top nothing in blocks or steals. Come on, stop.
Hey, he's a Tom Thibodeau defensive all-star. Top 10 in minutes. Minutes played. That's his stat.
Probably. I mean, yeah, man. Nah, no. I can't, bro. Get the fuck out of here. Yeah, you're right. Olajuwon's number 1. Mutombo's number 2. Kareem's number 3.
Who's your boy, bro? I know this shit.
And Mutombo's not even close either. It's hundreds and hundreds of blocks away.
People really forget how amazing Hakeem was. I probably should have put him higher on my list. It probably should have been
it was just a name that you didn't think about. Yeah,
it was.
He was so good offensively. He's so good offensively. You're just yeah. And one, is Giannis a better defender than Draymond or no?
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Greek Freak can guard 5.
Yeah.
He can guard 5 positions. I ain't trying to hear he can't. He can guard 5 fucking positions. And he's a great team.
Consider.
He's a great team defender too. So it's Draymond, I ain't trying to hear none of
I
that
have to
shit.
say yes.
That's what I'm
I have
saying.
to say he's a better defender, and for his career, he'll be considered a better defender.
Yeah.
He's like 26 or something.
Yeah.
And then the
Now,
other one that when it's all said and done is going to be above him too is Ben Simmons.
probably if he keeps doing what he's doing, he might win Defensive Player of the Year this year.
So
And then,
Draymond, you're not even top 20, bro.
I mean, come on, bro.
Don't sit on Jordan Poole's lap or something, man. Like, fuck.
Where is he at, bro? I'm looking. He's not even in the top 20 in blocks. He's not even in the top 30. Josh Smith is above him in blocks.
Oh yeah.
Come on. Where is Draymond Green? Don't see Draymond at all. He's not even up top 60. He's not even the top 60.
Fucking Rafe LaFren's got more blocks than Draymond Green.
Chris Webber has more. Let me name some names you think won't have more blocks than Draymond Green.
Sean Bradley.
Sean Bradley has way more. Chris Webber, Bo Outlaw.
Who?
Bob McAdoo. Roy Hibbert. JaVale McGee. Yeah. JaVale McGee. Yeah. Derek Coleman. Al Horford. Hassan Whiteside. Paul Millsap. LeBron. Kevin Durant. Andre Drummond. Bismack Biyombo. Hold on. I had to skip Draymond.
Oh my God.
Where is Draymond?
God.
No. Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant has more blocks. Hey, look, in one name you wouldn't even think. Nazir Muhammad. Nazir Muhammad has more blocks than
I never would have guessed that. I never would have guessed that.
Draymond Green has 639 blocks, and he currently sits tied with Nazir Muhammad with 198 at the 198th spot all time. Kobe has more blocks than him. Clyde Drexler has more blocks than him.
Dwayne Wade, I bet, has hella more blocks than him.
He probably does, bro. DeMarcus Cousins has more blocks than him. Like these dudes don't even play defense.
You're not top 20, bro. I'm sorry.
Larry Bird.
Bro, this is the most like fucking this is not how you should be able to tell if anyone's a good defense. Because fucking Hassan Whiteside is like in the top 50. Like,
Hey, look, hold on.
This out.
Bro, let me give you different. Larry Bird, John Konkak. You know John Konkak. Tracy McGrady, son. I'm giving you people that aren't blockers. Taj Gibson, Miles Turner, Michael Jordan, Lamar Odom.
Dana Barros?
No data. Yeah, Dwayne Wade has 885 blocks.
Oh my God.
Bro, Marcin Gortat, bro.
Terrell Brandon.
Anybody. Like, get out of here, Draymond. You know what I mean?
What the fuck?
Shane Battier.
Shane Battier had more blocks than him?
Shane Battier. Scottie Pippen.
Shane Battier
John Sally.
Wait a minute. Shane Battier is another dude who could have been on this list. Now, wait a minute.
He could have.
He didn't play enough because he wasn't properly appreciated.
Yeah,
But
Ory.
Big Shot Rob?
Robert Ory, bro. 1,000 blocks. That's crazy.
Oh my God.
Dirk Nowitzki. Fucking Dirk has more blocks than him. I mean, that's longevity.
They're all against white guards. That doesn't count.
Now, you might say, oh, I give Draymond more credit. He's a better stealer than a blocker. Now, I'm going to look at this, and if I see some egregiousness, we're going to call that shit the fuck up.
He's a dude who's like not a box score guy. He's like just he's like the deterrent that you just decided not to do something, and then like that's how his defense comes in.
I guess. Who do you think's number one in steals? You probably know this just because of longevity.
Yeah, fucking Utah Jazz man.
Yeah, John Stockton. He's a fucking beast.
He's first.
He's a beast, bro. All right. Larry Bird definitely ahead of his ass. Bro, there's so many people. Where the fuck is Draymond? I'm gonna just keep scrolling. Paul George, Carmelo Anthony.
Where's your boy Dennis Green?
Who I don't know. I can't. It'll be hard to find his name. Ricky Rubio, Dwight Howard.
Are you the all-time leaders?
Yeah. I don't see Draymond anywhere. Lou Williams? Are you gotta be shitting me?
This list is fucked. Wait a minute. Where are the fucking greatest perimeter defenders of all time?
Oh, you talking about like the top? I'm just going down the list. And I was looking for Draymond, but I was just looking at names that
I'm looking for who was your boy on the Lakers? Michael Cooper.
Michael Cooper. Shit. I don't see his bitch ass. I don't see him. But Rajon Rondo's up there though. I mean, it's John Stockton, Jason Kidd, Michael Jordan, Gary Payton, Maurice Cheeks, Scottie Pippen, Chris Paul, Julius Erving, Clyde Drexler, and Hakeem.
Hakeem is the
Hakeem
yeah. Down and up high.
Oh, hey, look, Draymond's not in the top. How many names did I go by? I didn't see his fucking name. 250. Draymond's not in the top 250 in steals.
Well, I think that's the case.
That was quick.
If you're a top 186 in blocks and top 230 in steals, I think you have your answer, my friend.
Stop, bro. Get out of here. Top what? He ain't top shit. He better not make the Hall of Fame either.
Oh, he's gonna make the Hall of Fame.
Bro, I don't give a fuck. He should not. If Robert Ory's not in the Hall of Fame, Draymond doesn't deserve it.
Robert Ory is never an All-Star.
No, I'm just saying though. How many All-Stars did fucking Draymond have? 2? 1?
3?
3? He shouldn't have been in there. Too many.
Get the fuck out of here.
What?
You're ridiculous. Like, he didn't deserve his All-Star spots. He absolutely did.
Doing what? Giving me 13, 7, and 7?
Yes.
No.
I'd still rather have, like, that winning contribution, 13, 7, and 7, than LaMarcus Aldridge's 24 and 10 off a bunch of turnaround mid-range jumpers that get us nowhere.
I mean, look, would I rather have Draymond on the team? Like, on a team? Not the All-Star team. On a team, yeah. But on the All-Star team, give me empty stat guy. Give me empty stat guy.
I'm not talking about watching the game. Like, I don't in the actual game. Like, Draymond's fucking awful. You don't want to play him 0 minutes in the All-Star game.
No. I'm talking about in a playoff game. Yeah, I want Draymond over.
Actually, you know what? I take it all back. You do have Draymond. He plays the full 48 in the All-Star game. And you put him on the same team as Kevin Durant, and you make Draymond bring the ball up the court every fucking time.
Oh, God, son.
You remember when they were yelling at each other about that?
Yeah, that's the reason why KD left. Yeah. And what's the reason why he left?
Yeah, we're going to give him PTSD in the All-Star game.
Man, dude, it's over, bro. Hey, look, man. Anything else you want to harp on?
Nah, man. Go check out. I got 2 articles coming this week. I'll mention.
You got 2? You got 2?
We got 2 articles. We have our YouTube channel. We got our Instagram. They'll have all of our clips up on. We're on Pinterest now and Twitter. Beyond that, I made us an account on Bleacher Report, and I've been starting fights with people all over the internet.
Are we on Spotify yet?
Yeah.
It is on there?
Yeah.
All right, bet. What is it under?
We're not on Spotify. But I'm really hoping this is going to be the week that we get on Spotify. I'm really, really hoping. So.
Did you put a petition in? We need a petition.
What was the first fan vote? Wait a minute, that you said I should put up.
Fan vote. Oh,
Garrett should put this joint up, and we'll see if the fans say that it was worth it.
I'd have to relook. I'd have to look back. It was like in the last. I think it was either the last episode or the one before.
No, I'm talking about today. You said that. You told me to put another poll up, but we both done forgot what the poll is.
Oh, yeah. I have no idea, man.
Hey, so check in for our polls that aren't coming. Check in for my 2 articles this week on www.thehlspod.com. Check out for our Instagram clips and more. Terry, you got anything coming?
Nah, man, we're good to go. Everything is about to come in fruition for everybody. We're ready to get it popping.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And each week we're going to be developing this more, figuring out new and better ways to bring more content to y'all in different ways. So thank you for your support. Thanks for sticking with us, and habitual lie steppers. We out.
Man. Another week. Thanks for I can't even do it. Thanks for stepping across the line with us.
Thank you for listening to our podcast this evening. Thank you. You're far too kind.